Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I am going to be telling you how badly I think certain WWE finishers would hurt. I know some people are probably expecting a Bash in Berlin prediction video, but I gotta be totally honest, I think that card looks incredibly average, and I don't even plan on watching it. I'm going to a lake tomorrow. However, before we hop into today's video, we got a couple of plugs as always, so don't forget to use code Wyatt's World on G Fuel or Prize Picks, where you can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products, or guarantee yourself a free $50 with your first $5 entry after using code Wyatt's World at sign up on Prize Picks. That's all I got for plugs though. Let's get into how badly WWE finishers would hurt. Alright, so here we are at today's list, everybody, and I will do my best to explain the finishers if you guys can't see what they are when they come up. However, the list we're going to be working with, at the top, we have the finishers where I'd be knocked out cold. Under that, we've got the finishers that I think would be very painful. In the middle, we've got the finishers that would definitely hurt. Under that, we've got the finishers where I'd be slightly rattled, but not all that painful. And at the bottom, we've got the finishers where I'm kicking out before one. Easy enough? Alright, let's begin with the 619. Now, I don't know if this is including the West Coast Pop or not. I'm just going off of the 619 itself. I'm gonna say very painful. I'm not sure I'd be knocked out from it, but having a 160-pound man swing through a set of ropes and kick you in the face as hard as he possibly can, like, that would not feel good. Moving on, we got the attitude adjustment. I'd be slightly rattled, but not that painful. A matter of fact, I bet you I'd be on my feet before 3 seconds again. Brother, it's just a fireman's carry and he's flipping you down. Every other wrestler in the world does this move, but it's just not as strong because they're not John Cena. Now we've got Black Mass by Aleister Black. That I'd be knocked out cold. He had one of the most menacing kicks I have ever seen in my life. I don't know how he did it, if he slapped himself or what, but every time he kicked someone, you could hear it and you would see spit fly as if they just got punched in the mouth by Mike Tyson. Now moving on, we got the Angle Slam. I'm sorry, Kurt, but I'm kicking out at one. The AA, I would at least be disoriented because he's flipping me upside down. The Angle Slam is basically just like a suplex. He's picking you up and slamming you on your back. Like, if I was full health, I'd be fine. And that'll bring us to the ankle lock. That would be painful. Imagine a bald man on steroids wrenching at your foot. Like, that's gonna hurt. Now moving on, we have Wasteland, what a lot of people think is one of the worst finishers ever. Be honest, it wasn't great, but I don't think it was that bad. I think I'd be slightly rattled, but it's not that painful. Basically just an AA. Instead of flipping you like this though, he flips you forward. Next up, we got the Crippler Crossface, or we'll say the Label Lock, because I don't want to talk about the man who did this move. It would definitely hurt. Again, someone's pinning your arm behind your back and pulling up on your head, like, that would hurt. Now moving on, we got Big E with the big ending. I'm kicking out before one. This literally would not hurt. Go stand in your living room and jump and land on your belly once. Like, it's not gonna feel good, but you're not gonna be in that much pain at all, if any. Plus, you have Big E's arm underneath you, so that's gonna break the fall to not knock the wind out of you. Like, seriously, everything about this move, I just have always thought it was really stupid. Now we've got, I think this was Maria Kanellis. It's like the, I don't know, is it the Bronco Buster or something? You jump in the corner and slam your ass onto their chest. I'm not gonna be hurt at all. I can't act like I wouldn't like it coming from her, but I'm not gonna be hurt. Now moving on, we have the Choke Slam from Kane. Actually, the guy who I thought had the best choke slam ever. Very painful. You know how fucking high he raises you in the air and he throws you down on the ground onto your back as hard as he possibly can. I can just feel like 8 bones in my back shattering. Now we got Mick Foley in the Mandible Claw, kicking out before one / laughing. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do? You're putting a sock in my mouth and holding it on my tongue. Like, why don't people just bite his hand? I don't get it. Now we've got the Claymore Kick. I'm out cold. Go let a 250-pound man sprint at you and put his full body weight into his foot as he plows it into your face. You're not gonna be awake. Moving on, we have Coast to Coast, so Shane McMahon jumping across the ring and kicking me in the face as I'm seated in the corner. That'd probably knock me out cold, considering he's a grown man that's like 230 pounds. Now we got the Code Breaker from Chris Jericho. Very painful. I don't know if I'd be KO'd though. I mean, he is slamming his knees into your face, but he's also wearing knee pads, so like, okay. Now we've got what I believe is Daniel Bryan's flying knee. I'd be knocked out cold. I don't care how big you are. If you are sprinting at me across the ring, knee pad or no knee pad, this is pure impact and you are flying into my face with your knee. I'm out. Now we got Sting in the Scorpion Death Drop. I would take it and get right back up and ask him for another one. That wouldn't hurt in the slightest way possible. He's tilting you backwards and then slamming you on your back, but you're just laying on your back because you're already in that fucking position the way to begin with. You're falling like 5 inches. Moving on, we got the F5. To be honest, probably slightly rattled, but not that painful. I don't think that move looks like it hurts either. I think it's an iconic finisher like John Cena's, but I don't think it would be that painful. He airplane spins you off of his shoulders and you land on your stomach from like 6 feet. Not not that bad. Now we've got the figure 4 leg lock. Very painful. Dude, my brother put me in this once when I was a kid, and that shit hurts so much more than it actually looks if they do it properly. What they're doing is jamming your shin up into your other kneecap and pressing down on it with their foot as hard as they possibly can. Like, it sucks. Now we got the GTS. I'm out cold. Now that I look at this, I probably should have Jericho's up here, but I don't think the Codebreaker looks as painful or as devastating as either of these two last knee moves. Like the GTS, it looks like he is literally kneeing those guys in the head as hard as he can and their bodies go limp afterwards. Like, I'm led to believe I'd be out like a light. Now we have Eddie's 5-star frog splash. It would definitely hurt, and that's all I'm gonna put it as. I mean, they're not hitting you in the face or anything. It's just a full-grown man jumping off of a rope and landing directly on your sternum. Now we've got the Bullhammer by Wade Barrett. If he legitimately did this move, like he actually made contact with him, he'd be killing people. I'd be out cold and I'd be probably honestly dead. Dude, he pulls up his elbow pad and just elbows people in the side of the head as hard as he possibly can. Like, it's attempted murder. Now we got the Sweet Chin Music. Again, out cold. Are you shitting me? One of the most devastating kicks in sports entertainment history. If I got kicked underneath the jaw by Shawn Michaels, I would be seeing stars for the next 8 days. Now moving on, we have Hell's Gate by The Undertaker, another one that my brother put me in when I was a kid, and it fucking hurts. Dude, they put their shin right here and pull down on your head so you can't breathe. Now we got Goldberg's Jackhammer. That one would definitely hurt. Not only are you taking a suplex, but you're having a full man's body weight pressed onto you. That would suck. Here we have the Clothesline from Hell, the most vicious clothesline I've ever seen. My head would be rolling around like a bowling ball. I'd be knocked out cold. That'll bring us to the Kimura Lock from Brock Lesnar. Absolutely devastating painful if you've never been put in one of those. If you don't know what it is, it's somebody pulling your arm like this behind your back and wrenching it up as hard as they can. That'll bring us to Hogan's leg drop. I'm kicking out before one. I'm probably not even gonna sell it, to be completely honest. It's always been the worst finisher in wrestling history, besides the Ultimate Warrior's body slam. Ooh, now we got the Macho Man. The elbow drop. It would definitely hurt. I mean, it's just like Eddie's frog splash. You're getting a full man's body weight with an elbow right onto your sternum. Now we've got MVP's Old Playmaker, another abysmal finisher. That one wouldn't hurt at all. I don't even know what it was. He puts his knee over the back of your neck and then slams you on your back, but like his knee breaks the whole fall for you. It would not hurt. Now we've got Shinsuke Nakamura's Keen Sasha. I'd be out cold. It's always looked incredibly devastating. That Japanese strong style, that might honestly just kill me. Now we've got Randy Orton's punt to the head. Another attempted murder. I'd be out like a light, probably in the ER for like the next 4 to 6 weeks. Moving on, we got the Last Ride. Very painful. Arguably more painful than a choke slam, dude. That shit would hurt. Now we've got the Trouble in Paradise. This is another one like Jericho's Codebreaker. You'd think I would be knocked out cold, but it just doesn't look like it hurts as bad as some of the others. It'd be very painful. You're getting kicked in the side of the head, but it's also coming from a guy who's wearing a 6-inch thick kick pad. Moving on, we got the Pedigree. I think that would knock me out, to be completely honest. A man is holding your arms behind your back, jumping in midair and slamming you on your face, as well as putting his entire body weight on the back of your head. Yeah, I'd be done. Now we've got the People's Elbow, another one of the worst finishers ever. I'm kicking out before one, and I'm probably no-selling it, and I'm probably just walking out of the arena because I'm insulted that he would even try and do that to me. I absolutely hate that move. Always have, always will. That'll bring us to Razor's Edge. Very painful. Basically just a last ride. A man is hoisting you up above him, running across the ring, and throwing you down. Actually, it would probably hurt a little bit more than a last ride, but I don't think I'd be knocked out. Also, rest in peace, Razor. Next move we have is the RKO. Very painful, not certain I'd be knocked out. It is the most iconic, well, one of the most iconic finishers ever. But I just feel like someone jumping up, grabbing your head, and then slamming you on the ground with them, like, it would really hurt. I feel like I wouldn't be knocked out. Now we got the Rock Bottom. Slightly rattled, but not that painful. Iconic finisher once again, but just, it wouldn't hurt that bad. Moving on, we have Zack Ryder's Rough Rider. Slightly rattled, not that painful. At least it's not just a standing leg drop like Hogan's. He jumps up and puts momentum onto you to make it look a little bit better, but I'd be fine. Now we got the Scissor Kick from Booker T. I'd be rattled, but not that painful. I mean, this one's actually kind of realistic. It's just a man kicking you in the back of the neck as hard as he can. Like, that wouldn't feel good, but you're definitely gonna get up. Now we've got the Sharpshooter from Bret Hart. I think it would hurt, but not as bad as the Walls of Jericho. I don't think he has nearly as much tension as Chris Jericho does, with one leg and each arm ripping back. Now we got the Brogue Kick. I'm out. I'm sorry, there's nobody in the world who's still standing after Sheamus runs at you and bicycle kicks you in the face as hard as he can. 5-Knuckle Shuffle. Kicking out before one, walking out of the arena, I'm insulted. Helluva Kick. I'm out cold. Just another full-blown kick right to your face, although you're sitting in the corner, so your head is gonna snap back back even worse. Might honestly just paralyze me. Now we're on to Sister Abigail. Rest in peace, Bray. Very painful. Like, I mean, you're getting put in a headlock and then slammed face first into the mat. Like, that would not feel good in any way, shape, or form. All right, moving on, we got the Miz skull-crushing finale. Very painful. It's kind of just like the Sister Abigail, but in a different fashion. You're getting put in a headlock, a full Nelson, and slammed on the ground into your face. Now we've got the world's strongest slam from Mark Henry. Don't get me wrong, it would hurt with his body weight landing on top of you, but the actual move itself, again, it would hurt because it's a body slam, but not that bad. Now we've got Roman Reigns' spear. I'd be knocked out cold. Now, I actually wouldn't be knocked out, but I would be gasping for air for like the next 10 minutes, so I mean, basically, I'd be knocked out. Umaga's Samoan Spike. Another one where I probably wouldn't actually be knocked out, but I would be gasping for air for the next fucking 20 minutes of my life. So essentially, yeah, I'm knocked out. Now we've got what I believe is just a spine buster. All we can see is just a couple of meaty men here. I'm gonna say slightly rattled because a spine buster wouldn't hurt that bad. Now we've got John Cena's STF. Would definitely hurt. I've been put in that again by my brother a time or two, but I always found it not as painful, nearly as painful as the walls of Jericho. All depends on how they do it. If they pull up on your back, it hurts. If they just put you in a headlock, it ain't that bad. Now we've got the curb stomp. I'd be out like a light. I'd probably honestly just be dead. I mean, yeah, that's attempted murder as well. On to the Stone Cold Stunner. I'm kicking out before one. I don't care if people are mad at that. Iconic finisher like many on here. Not that painful looking at all. I don't even get what the move is supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to hit your jaw on his shoulder and it knocks you out, or what? Now we've got the phenomenal forearm. I'd be out cold. Having AJ Styles jump across the ring at 20 miles an hour, putting his forearm straight into your face, you're done. We've got the big swing from Cesaro. I'd be rattled, but not that painful because, I mean, it wouldn't hurt. You'd just be dizzy. That'll bring us to the Tombstone Piledriver, which is attempted murder. I'd be out like a light. A man is putting you upside down and driving you down onto the top of your head as hard as possible. And finally, ending, we have the zigzag from Dolph Ziggler. And I'm led to believe that would definitely hurt. That would just be whiplash. Like, I feel like you get a very similar feeling from this as you do if you get rear-ended in a car accident the next day, where you're just sore. You can't move your head at all. Anyway, guys, that'll be all for me ranking how bad WWE finishers would hurt. As always, I really hope you guys liked this video, and if you did and you want to show support, please do it because you know I appreciate any and all help. However, in the meantime, I'm going to get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and as always, I will see you in the next upload.